The Doom videos are finally back, and boy, I just want to mention one thing in this gameplay video that I need to say. Once I got into the next level, make sure you watch it carefully, because there was a particular part that just scared the crap out of me, and I couldn't believe I got away from dying. There will be some editing in this video too, because there were some slow parts. Like on the next level, I was trying to make the Cyber Demon shoot the Barons of Hell, but he wouldn't for some reason, and I was just getting really tired of waiting for him to do his little thing. So about this video, let's talk about Quakecon and Doom 4. For Quakecon, I need to really catch up the Quake games, because I do enjoy watching competitive Quake 3 duels, but I've only saw some parts of it, so I really gotta watch the entire thing. I've seen other conferences too. I saw John Carmack's, obviously, and it's pretty much what you expect from him. I also found it quite weird that Pete Hines and Tim Willits decided to do like their own little thing before John Carmack, comes out and do his keynote. But I thought some of the stuff they were sharing was kind of interesting, like how they brought back the Doom figurines, which I believe was exclusive to the id anthology. I could be wrong, but I believe that was the case. Now, I really felt like this part was quite unnecessary. It was pretty much, oh, we have these games on sale, please go out and buy them. But every QuakeCon that I've been noticing have, been following this procedure, so why do I really need to know it? It's almost like they were trying to tease you that Doom 4 is finally going to be announced to the public. Matter of fact, Tim was wearing a Doom shirt for whatever reason with that suit he was wearing. Speaking of Doom, let's talk about it. Okay, so apparently id Software decided to hold back Doom 4 again. Now, I was hoping, they would finally reveal the game to the public, but I definitely wasn't holding my breath, because, well, judging from the past, something's wrong is going to happen, and it did. I'm happy, I guess, that id and Bethesda finally commented on the rumors about the rocky development of Doom 4, and they confirmed that it's pretty much all true. They were struggling to figure out the game's persona, apparently, according to the IGN article I read. After reading that, I don't know, man. I wasn't upset or anything, but I was kind of like, really? That was their excuse? They couldn't figure out what the spirit or soul of what, Doom was, of what Doom is supposed to be, basically. I mean, it's just an intense shooter where you go to point A, point B, and you just shoot stuff. What more do you really want? It's also nice to throw in room for innovation to the series, but I don't, think it's really hard to throw in new stuff to an old franchise and still be able to make it feel familiar to its previous titles. Speaking of that, they pretty much confirmed that will be a possibility. I mean, Pete Hines said the game will not be a throwback to the 90s shooters, but they promised it will be a top-notch game at the same time. Now, I can totally understand that statement, although I did read the comments and people thought that was a bad thing. I don't believe Doom 4 will be a bad game if it won't adapt any of the 90s stuff. The only thing I'm concerned is being a fast-paced shooter, because that's really an important part of Doom, and that was a lot of the Doom-esque shooters had, and I believe it would still work in this day and age. It's not like I hate, these type of shooters in today's age. It's just that I like to see evolution in an old franchise, but it needs to be done properly too. So it cannot be like a Call of Duty clone or something like that. I mean, I cannot imagine playing a Doom game where the campaign is only 4 to 5 hours long and you play multiplayer as the prolongable experience, and you have these kill streaks that are more akin to what you expect from Doom, like summoning hordes of pinkies instead of dogs, or spawn a Baron of Hell to aid you in combat. I mean, all of that stuff will be so bad and gimmicky, but I think I would totally play it just for the lulz, but not play it to get a true satisfaction that I expect from id Software's long history of great games. I do believe there is still room for like these old school Doom-inspired games, but they really gotta have a reason for me to play it. A lot of them just don't. They all have like this purpose for being a nostalgic throwback, or they're games that make you take the quote-unquote old times I mean, the old times were better medicine. I feel this way because I still think a lot of the well-known games in this category still holds up very well, and it's kind of pointless to do something similar to those games but with better graphics at the end of the day. I almost have no reason to play Hard Reset when I know Quake 2 is such a fantastic game and it's better in so many ways. I see no reason why I should play Rack when I know Doom 1 is a better game. Judging from the information I've found for my Doom 4 speculation video, I do believe the game is getting closer to like a real announcement. I assume we just gotta wait for a while more, but I think it will come eventually. That's where I think people will really pay attention more on the game. I am liking what id Software is trying to do with the franchise, even though it's pretty much the same thing they said a year ago. They're all focused on the game. It's their #1 priority to release it. And they also want to challenge themselves, and that's something I want to see developers doing when they make a game at the end of the day. So even though they pretty much made another excuse for this Quakecon, I'm still remaining quite optimistic for the game to do fine when it's ready to be treated. I'm also quite optimistic for id Software's future too, because I'm really happy that they're not going to pull the plug on Rage, because they pretty much just announced yesterday that there's still future for that franchise. They're just not sure how it's going to be handled, but that is great because I really thought Rage was an okay game, but the game has so much potential that it could be a really good franchise, and yeah, that's a good thing. I can definitely say that the situation that id Software is in is not good, but I'm still remaining pretty positive that they will get themselves out of this site they're in, and they will find a better region where they could definitely handle their situation a lot more efficiently, better than what they're doing right now.